Hello friends, welcome back to Coding Techniques again. Today you are going to learn a news application, a different kind of a design which will be great for you. So this is the design which you are going to build, which you are going to watch just now. So watch the intro and then I will tell you about it pretty nicely. We are launching new coupons for our courses. If you want the courses at a lowest price, then get that right now. You can enroll it if you haven't done. Links are there in the description, so go and check that right now. So now it's time to start the video. Let's get going. So let's get started with our today's video. So at first we are going to install our Ionic application, and this is how we can do that up. We need to use the Ionic start command and then the application name, alright, and what kind of template you want to use. I have given out here the blank one. This is the app name, alright, and dash type equals to Angular because we are going to use the Angular framework out here. So that's what you need to do in order to get started. And then I have gone inside that particular project folder once it is done. And then you can type this particular command to open it up in Visual Studio Code. That's how you need to do. And once that is done, we need to install the Swiper plugin to work with that. Alright. So what is Swiper? Let me just show you out here. So if I just go for swiperjs.com/Angular, now out here, you will see this is how we need to install, and we need to import it up at first. Alright. So as I'm going to use only the home page, so I will do it out there directly. So let me just show you in the home page module file out here. This is the routing module. This is the module file, and out here I already have this Swiper module, and this is the Swiper import that we need to use. So that is also done out here, and I have already installed the Swiper one. So you can do the same out here and you are good to go. Once that is done, you have already seen what kind of design we are going to make. So let's get started with this. Now what we need to do, I'll go to the home page as I've cleared all the things from here, all the tags, not even the iron header and content. I don't have anything out here. And from the home page TypeScript file also, I have cleared it up. I just have this stuff. That's it. And in fact, I have out here this swipercore.use in order to use the effect cards, because we are going to use the card effect out here for our swiper, and this is also imported in this particular manner. Then we have the swiper components also imported out here. Alright, so this is the stuff that we have so far. If this is not in use, then I'll simply comment this off for the time being. So just this part is enough for working with the card effect. And if you are not sure what is the card effect, let me just try to show you. These are the effects, and let me just show you the example out here. Alright, this is a cube effect. We need to go for the card effect. These are the card effects. Alright, so if I just slide it, this is the way it is being working. Alright, so this is how you need to work with that. Now we are going to work, this is like left and right. We are going to work with the top and bottom one. Alright, so let's implement that up quickly out here. I hope you have understood all this settings you need to do at first in order to get started. Now what I'll do, in the home page, I will start off with the Swiper plugin. So I'll use the Swiper component out here because we need to do everything within the Swiper, then only we can scroll it up, right? So within the Swiper one, what am I going to do? I will have an ng template out here where I'll give it as Swiper slide. Alright, and within this, what we are going to do? We are going to pass the iron content. Alright, now within this iron content, we are going to perform all the things that we need out here for the designing part. But before that, this needs to be looped also. We will check that later on. I think let's implement the first one, then we will loop it up. Not a problem for us. And out here, we need to pass some other properties too. So what are the properties that we can pass out here? Let's check it out. So what I will do, I need to check the code out here. So I'll just click on the Angular one out here. And in here, you can simply check what is being shown. Swiper effect cards, grab cursor, and there is a class also that is given, but we just need to use this part. Alright, these two properties are enough. So let's have that out here too. Let me paste it. Actually, I've given it in the wrong place. It should be out here. Paste it again, and this is done. Alright. Now once that is done, what is the next thing that I need to do? Now I need to make the directional vertical. We'll check that later on, but let's first have some content, then I think you will relate more. So we'll start with an ion header, which I've given the property of translucent. So if you're using iOS, if you scroll to the top, it will go away automatically. So that's what we are going to have, and within that I'm going to pass a toolbar and an ion title. Within that I'll name it as card out here. You can name it whichever you want. Instead of card, let me have news. Alright, that will be better, or any title of the particular news, you can pass it out there. Now still you don't see any design out here. We need to do some styling out here, then only it's going to work with that. Now for this styling one, let's go to our global.scss file, so which is out here. I'll go out here and we'll pass some imports from our swiper at first so that we can use the other properties. But I think this thing is deprecated, so let me just remove this one. Alright, now it is fine. Swiper/CSS. You can even work with the SCSS also if you want, or you can have the whole bundle also, but I don't want that. I just want the effect cards because that is what we are using. And let me just close this. We don't need this. Don't save. Alright, this one also not needed, and this is also not needed. By the way, I have cleared the SCSS file out here, so I have cleared all the stuff which was out there earlier on. You can do the same. Now in the TypeScript, well, we have used this particular effect cards. That's why I have given the CSS for that. Alright, I hope you're clear about it. Now let's go back to the SCSS out here, and now what am I going to do? I will have some other styling for all this stuff. Let's do that up. So let me simply paste it quickly. You can just check this out. So I'm giving out here swiper. This is a class, swiper class. Alright, it relates to the swiper component that we are using, and you see out here we got the design working, right? Because we need to give the height and width for the swiper one, how much height and width it's going to take. So I have given 100% for both height and width. That is why it is taking the full width and height. And after that, each slide of the swiper, I've given the display to be flex, and all the items will be aligned in the center. If I don't give that, then we won't see the design in the center one. So we will check that out by removing all this stuff. And if you want to give some border radius and something, I just tried that up earlier on. We don't need it right now, so I'll just remove it for the time being. And every slide I have given a background color, which is a light color, because I want the background to be lighter color. That is why I've done so. And this one I'll remove it, not needed. So this is the basic design that we need to do for the swiper one. And let's start with the other design part in the tags, in the HTML one. So let's go out there in the HTML one and let's start working with this. So after the ion header, I will have another ion content within the ion content only. And I'll give full screen to be true because it can take the full screen. That's what we need, right? And out here, we need to perform certain things. And I'm going to start with an image tag where I'm going to give the source, and it will be a news image, alright, which I already have in my assets imgs folder, which I've already created, and within that I have this news.jpg. You can get it from my source code if you want, or you can pass your own image also if you have any. Alright, that will be good. And in order to check whether this card one is working properly or not, what I'll do, I'll loop it up. So what am I going to do? This ng template, I'm going to pass an ng4 out here, loop it 5 times. Let me pass an array in this particular manner where I'm going to pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to loop 5 times. And this will be let item of this particular array. Okay, I have done something wrong. Alright, I need to remove this particular stuff. Now it's fine, right? Yes. Alright, so now if I try to swipe it from left to right, you can see it is working. But like I said, I need it from top to bottom, or vertical one, not the horizontal one. So for that, I can pass out here in the swiper component direction to be vertical. If I do that up, now you will see that if I just go in the horizontal manner, it is not working, but in the vertical manner, you can see how nicely it is coming up. Just check this out. It's looking lovely, right? Just play around with this thing and you will love it, like the way I do. So this is the thing that we can achieve. So we have successfully implemented the card swiping once. That's pretty awesome. Now we just need to play around with the content part that we need out here. That's it. So for that, what am I going to do? In the ion content, I have given the image. Now after the image, what am I going to pass out here? Well, I'm going to use an ion card out here where I will have an ion header also. And I've given the closing tag for the ion card. Otherwise, I'll get some error. So this is my ion card where I'm passing a title, alright, and which is wrapped within an ion card header. Now I will work with the ion card content out here. So After the ion header, let me just paste ion card contained. I will have some click property also. If you click on that, we will do certain tasks. So let me just create that up. This particular function, hide function. Okay, that's better. Now let's go back to HTML, and out here I have given a long text actually, not test, my mistake. Why is that so? Because I wanted to see whether we can scroll properly or not. Like out here you can see we are able to scroll pretty nicely out here, but this thing is not going away. I don't know why this is not going away. It should have. But anyways, the one that we wanted to achieve, we have achieved that. This part is working. We have the long text also, but I will do one thing. Okay, let me keep it for the timing. We'll remove it later on. So what next we need to do? We need to have a short p tag out here after the ion card. So after the ion card out here, I'll simply paste a p tag. Now within the p tag, I have this particular ion text, and which I have given a margin of ion margin star. That is why we have some margin out here. We will be having, okay fine, it is not showing up right now. Why is that so? Oh, come on. Okay, I need to do something. I need to pass some padding or something out here for the p tag, otherwise it will not show up. I'll try it up. Don't need to worry about it. I have already checked it up. It works. No need to worry about it. All right. And let's work with the SCSS now and get this thing working pretty nicely first. Then we will work with the footer part. All right. Or I would say the tabs part. So let's get that working. So for doing that up, I'll go to the home page SCSS, and out here I'll start working with it. So at first, what I'll do, I'll give the height and width for the image one. So for the image tag, I'll give height to be 100% and a width of 40 VH at the maximum one. That's what it can take. Well, if you want, you can give the max width also, max height also out here, but I have given 40 VH to be the height it should take. If I give it as max height, let's see what happens. Max height. Now you see it is taking the normal one, and it can go up to a maximum of 40 VH. I think that is also better. You can play around with that however you like to. Then I will work with the ion card and pass some designing out there. So I'll simply paste it quickly. So this is the designing that I wanted for this particular ion card, where I have ion card header in which we have the ion card title, where I've given the font size to be 1.2 rem, and then similarly to the ion card contained, I have given a font size of 1 rem, little smaller than the title one. Now you see this is looking nice, correct? That's great. So once that is done, what is the next thing I need to work with is the p tag. So in order to work with the p tag or to show up out here, which is not showing as of now, I need to give some margin bottom. So let's work with this. I will have this particular p tag where I've given margin bottom to be 20 VH, which I have made it as important, otherwise it will not work properly. And then I have given an ion text, which we have already seen, where I will give the font size to be little smaller. 0.8 rem will be better. Let's check it now. You can see by giving this particular margin bottom, we are able to see this particular text out here, which is looking awesome out here, right? So that is what we wanted to achieve, which you have already seen at the starting. We have done that. Now what we need to do next, that is very important. Now we need to work with the ion tabs. So what I'll do out here in the home page HTML, after everything is done, let me just close this. After this particular ion content, the first ion content, not the first ion content, the second ion content, right? After all the ion content is being done, then what I will have the ion tab. So let me just paste the code. All right. So in the ion tab, I have ion tab bar. Slot is at the bottom. You can see this particular stuff is coming up. Now, what I need to do, well, I need to just to check the click event, I have given a function out here. Now let me simply go to the TypeScript file, and out here I'll create this share function, just an empty function which I am creating, so that we can check whether something is being done, or you can simply log out here, log check function, CHUCK, just given this string out here, so that we can check in the console log whether something is getting printed or not when we are clicking on that. So that is the agenda of having this particular function out here. Now I've given these three things, all right. And out here I have given the color also to this particular icons. That is why this icons colors are this particular stuff, showing in this particular stuff. When you click on the bookmark one, you can simply change it to the solid one instead of the outline one. Then I think it's gonna look better. That's what you can play around with this stuff. All right, share one. Then we have a relevance one. So basically this is a kind of a news app. All right. You will have the news description out here in shorts. This is the title for the news, and this is the icon for the news, and this is the Name of the application you can give, or you can give some title out there also, whatever you want to give. As the whole data is dynamic, so you can play around with this as per your requirement. Now there is a catch out here. Say like I scroll this particular content. What's wrong? Okay, I'm unable to scroll this content. Why? Because there is a short out here. And that is because this ion tabs is taking the whole height and width. Why is that so? Let me just show you out here. I'll just open this up and let me first show you this particular stuff in the console log. If I click on this bookmark one, you can see if I clicked, check one is coming out. Let me clear it and do it once again. Clear it up. I click on share, coming up, bookmark coming up, relevance coming up. So you can work around with that. You can create different function also. And if I click on this particular one, okay, nothing we have done for that right now. We will do it. So if I want to scroll, okay, I'm unable to do so. And if I want to check, inspect it up, let's see what it shows. This is the ion tab button. I want to see the ion tabs. So this is the ion tabs. You can see if I hover on it, it is showing the whole space it has taken. So what we need to do in order to get rid of this, we need to wrap it up in an ion toolbar. Let me do that for you. So I will just wrap it, cut this up in an ion toolbar. I'll wrap it up and paste it. Fine, in this particular manner. Now, and I will give a class to this toolbar to be tabs, where we will work with that in the SCSS one, home SCSS. Because now you can see the design is not looking that great. It is hiding, the whole content is hiding behind it. So we don't want that to happen. That is why we are going to go to the SCSS, and out here after the P tag, I'm going to work with this particular one. Let me just do it. Okay, let me just align it properly at first. Alright, everything looks good. In fact, this one also align it properly. Now I'll go for the next one, which is the toolbar class tabs one. So let me simply paste it out here. Now what does it mean? This means that any ion toolbar which is having this particular class tabs can only work out here. I've given position to be absolute so that it can take the no position is relatable out here, so it will take the absolute position. And then I've given bottom to 0. Bottom to 0 will settle it to the bottom part. That is why I've given bottom to be 0. Now if you just scroll it, this particular content, okay, you can see there is how smooth it is. Alright, you are able to scroll pretty nicely. There is no harm in doing that because this part is no longer relatable or not taking the whole size of it. If you want to see, let me just show you out here. So what I'll do, I'll again do the same thing, inspect it up, and this time I'll go to ion tabs. Okay, this is the one. You can see it is showing just at the bottom part, not the whole thing it is taking. So that is the benefit of using the top. Alright, I hope it's clear to you. Alright, so this thing is done. The designing part is done to a great extent. Now what we need to work with, let's go to our HTML. Everything is good to go out here. Now the only thing that I need to try is whenever I click on this certain message, I want to hide the header and this tabs one. You can work with anywhere you want, like on the title if you click it out here, or on the card also if you click, you can work with that. But I'll just give it on the title. I think that will be better for the timing. Alright, just to have some fun. So in order to do that up, in order to have that particular functionality, I need to give some properties out here. I will have ngIf for this particular toolbar, where I will just pass a property called show, which I'm going to create in my TypeScript one. So let me just do it out here, show show, which will be initialized to a value of true. And in the height function, I'm going to toggle it up using this.show will be equals to not of this.show. That means if it is true, it will turn into false, and if it is false, it will turn into true. That's what is going to happen out here. Now for the header also, I'll do the same. I will have this ngIf. You can even make some animated stuff also out here, but for the time being, I'll do it directly in this particular manner only. So I'll just paste it. Now, where is that height function? I just forgot. Yeah, out here we have the height function on the content one. So now I'm out here. If I click on this particular one, you can see the header and the tabs gone. So that is how you can play around with this whole stuff out here. You can work a lot of stuff out here. Now if I just scroll, okay, just see how the transition is so smooth actually. And if I just scroll to the bottom, you can get back to the earlier file. Alright, or earlier, I would say component or slide. Yeah, slide is a better word. So earlier slide. If you go to the bottom, you can go to the earlier slide. If you go to the top or scroll to the top, you can get to the next slide. So that is how you can play around with this one. So I've just given 5, and let's go to the last one, how it looks like. Just see, the last one looks like that. It's looking awesome, I would say. All right, this is the top one, I suppose. Yes, this is so smooth, man. I'm loving it. So let's do one thing, guys. Let's run this application in our iOS, because I faced some issue with the iOS in the design one. So let's fix that up. So basically, what all things we need to fix out here. At first, I need to change this particular icon that will be share outline. And let me run it in the iOS at first. I have already tried it up, but I'll do it for you guys once again. So Ionic build, that's a command which you need to run at first. Alright, so I'm just running it again. Once that is done, what next you need to do, you need to run the command Ionic. Let me just close this. Ionic cap add iOS. Since I have already added the iOS platform, I didn't show you. So you just need to run this command and your iOS platform will be added pretty nicely. Once that is done, you need to simply run the command Ionic cap open iOS. But before that, I will sync the project because I just made a slight change out here. So Ionic cap sync, I'll hit enter. And once the syncing is done, then I'll go ahead. Now in the global.scss also, I don't think this is needed. So I have simply commented it up because we are not doing anything with the centering, aligning anything out there for the slide one, because everything is aligned according to me out there. So we don't need that. So I've just commented that up, not needed. Okay, the syncing is done. Now I'll simply run the command Ionic cap open iOS, and it will open it up directly in the Xcode. You can see out here it is opened up. Now I'll run the command in the simulator. I'm using iPhone 13 Pro out here, which you can see, right? So let's run it out there and see how it shows out in our simulator. So it is about to launch. All right, it is launched. And now out here you can see there is some problem with the tabs one out here. All right, so how to fix that problem? What I'll do now, I'll simply minimize it up and I will go to the home page SCSS, and out here I have already written the code since I already detected that. So I'll simply uncomment this. Now I will run this command or this particular CSS only for the iOS one, not for the Android one. That is why I have just given .ios, which means it will run only in the iOS one. And out here I have given iron tabs, and within the iron tabs I am passing display to block. Now when I pass display to block, it will work pretty nicely out there and it will show up the icons, otherwise it will not show up. Then in the tab bar, iron tab bar, we have the iron tab button where I have given padding bottom to be 10 pixels, because after even showing the icons also, it was not showing up properly out here. And how I got that, if you want to debug that thing, what you exactly need to do, let me just show you at first. So at first you need to open up your Safari, because this is very important. And in the Safari, you need to go to the Safari, then preferences, and in the preferences go to the advanced one and tick this particular one. All right, show develop menu in menu bar. You will see this develop one. All right, once you see that up, simply close it and open this up. You will see the simulator out here, and if you have connected your real device, then it will also show up out here. So I'll just go out here and go to the localhost. Now you can see this has opened up, and I can simply open the simulator out here. Once both of them are ready to go, what I can do, I can simply just check out here. Where is my design? All right, I'll just go inside this stuff. You can see hovering is showing out there in the screen. Okay, so which means that this is working. In the div one, we have another div. Let's go inside that. In the iron content, we have all this data. So what exactly I need to go to? I need to go to iron toolbar. Now in the iron toolbar, we have this particular stuff, right? Now out here, if I give, not in exactly in here, I need to give it to the iron tabs, right? So that is present within the iron toolbar. So out here, if I give, look at this, there is display flex by default. So if I change it to block, you see out here the icons are showing up. Now once the icons are showing up, still you see the text is not visible properly, right? Let me just select this, enter. All right, now you see the text is still not visible properly. So for that, what I'll do, I'll go inside the iron tabs, then iron tab bar, then the iron tab button, and out here at the top, let me give some padding bottom to be 10 pixels. Now you see it has come towards the top a bit, and now it is still visible, the first one, not the second one and third one, because I have applied only to one Ion tab button. So this is the thing that you need to perform for the iOS one. That is why I've given .ios out there. So these things you need to tackle out here and your life will be much easier. Alright. So this is the slight fix which I have done, and everything else is the same. So just apply this stuff and it's going to work pretty nicely for our iOS. Now out here I have made one more change. I have shortened up this particular thing because the purpose was to show you that we can scroll or not. So I have shown you how we can scroll. So what I have done is out here in the HTML, I have simply shortened it up till here. Now it's looking pretty great according to me. So once that is done, we are good to go, and you can make it dynamic also. I have told that this is dynamic, but you can make it dynamic. It is quite dynamic only. You just have to pass the list or a list of array, and you can simply change all this stuff. Alright, that's pretty simple for those which are already following me. I have already shown how to make things dynamic with the help of an array or JSON data or anything. So this is what you can follow up and perform the things. Alright, so I hope you have understood all this stuff. So this is it. We have successfully designed the desired result. We have got that. So that's it. I was looking for this design for a long period of time to do it for you guys. I just did that, and I hope you will definitely enjoy this kind of a design. If you like it, please hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new out here and help the channel grow. With this, I'll sign off for now, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.